Hello guys, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to the channel Research World. In this channel, you are going to get many videos regarding research from the very basic to the advanced level. Now let's start with what is research because you all know about the terminology for research. Now let's understand what is research. See, according to Wikipedia, research is something, it is a detailed and careful study of something to find out more information about it. So now two things are there that it is a detailed study and it is a careful study because we cannot have the study carelessly. So we must be very careful while conducting the study while doing our research. Now, in the study, which is of something, we try to find out more information regarding it. See, why it is called research? Because when you search about something, like let's have an example of Coca-Cola. So we simply want to know something about Coca-Cola. So we simply want the information that we want to seek. If we have the information, that is enough. In case of research, information is not enough because we need a detailed and careful study. Now, the meaning of research. See, research it comprises two words, re and search. Okay, and it is also a systematic investigation because it follows some of the steps. Okay, it requires a repeated search because research, we are searching something and we are searching it again and again. That's why it requires a repeated search. And in research, it aims to gain new knowledge new knowledge from the existing facts. Now, if we search about Coca-Cola, we will search about the facts like when it was established, in which countries it is operating, how many brands are under there. So this is a simple search. But if we want to research about that, we will have new knowledge. Based on the existing facts, we will have the new knowledge. Now there are many scholars, many persons who have defined research. So one of the definition of research is, according to J. Francis Rummel, research is an endeavor or attempt to what? To discover, develop, and verify the knowledge. It is an intellectual process that has developed over hundreds of years, ever changing in purpose and form, and always researching to the truth. So we seek for the truth. We don't want a false statement. We intend to get the truth. Now, see, research it is a careful consideration that we already know now regarding a particular concern, and this particular concern it is called the research problem because there can be certain situations, certain particular incidents that can generate few of the questions, and that can be the research problems. And we use scientific methods for this consideration. So according to the American sociologist Earl Robert Babbie, research is a systematic inquiry to what? To describe. So we have to have the description, we explain, to predict, and to control the observed phenomenon. Because we observe something, we observe some of the phenomenon, and it involves inductive and deductive methods. Now you might be wondering what it is called the inductive methods and the deductive methods. See, inductive methods it analyze an observed event, while the deductive method it verify the observed event. So there can be many events. So to analyze the observed event, it is inductive method, but to verify the observed event, that is being done by the deductive methods. So inductive approaches these are associated with qualitative research. We will come to the point of qualitative and quantitative analysis later on. But at this point, you need to remember that inductive approaches these are associated with qualitative research, and deductive methods these are more commonly associated with quantitative analysis. Now, what are the objectives of research? Because to conduct a research, we have to have the particular objectives. Now, there can be many objectives, but as you all know that research it is a conscious approach to find out the truth which is hidden. We need to find out the truth, and which has not been discovered by applying scientific procedure. Number one, it develops focus. Number two, it reveals the characteristics. Number three, it determines the frequency of occurrence. And number four, it tests the hypothesis. So now you might be wondering, what is hypothesis? Correct? In short, we can say that hypothesis is nothing but it is assumptions. It is what? It is assumption. Okay? Like what we assume. Okay? Like this can be, this cannot be. This is called a hypothesis. In short, it is the assumptions. Later on, we will discuss more over it. Now, the objectives of research are what? Develops focus, it reveals the characteristics, it determines the frequency, and it tests the hypothesis. Now, there is a particular word that we have encountered. If you have read some of the parts of research methodology, you have heard that there are variables. Now, what are variables? What is a variable? See, in research, variables are any characteristics because one of the objectives of research is it reveals the characteristics. So, the variables are any of the characteristics that can take on different values. Now, the values can be anything like height, that can be 6 feet or 5.3, your age like 24, 26, 28, 30 or 18. It can be the temperature or the test scores. So, these are the different values, and the variables are any of the characteristics that can take on different values that we have just defined. So the researchers often manipulate or measure the independent and dependent variables. Yes, we will come to this point very soon, that what it is called independent and dependent variables. I hope you are taking the notes. So in studies to test the cause and effect relationship, they also in case of independent and dependent variables, one is cause and another one is the effect. Okay. So let's understand the independent variable and dependent variable in short, because this video is just short and crisp. So independent variable, it is the cause, and dependent variable, it is the effect. So independent variables, it can be manipulated, and the dependent variable, it can be measured. If you go by the definition, independent variable is the variable that you can change or control in an experiment to see how it affects the dependent variable. So it is called independent. Why is it so? Because its variation does not depend on other variables in the experiments. That's why it is independent. Correct. So it is what we change to observe the effects. Okay. For example, if we are testing how sunlight affects the plant growth, because we know there is a relation between the sunlight and the plant growth. Okay. So the amount of sunlight is the independent variable, because we can decrease the amount of sunlight and we can increase the amount of sunlight by putting the plant here and there. If we take that particular plant in a darker place, so that will consume less amount of sunlight. Okay. In case of dependent variable, it is the variable that is being tested and measured in an experiment. Now here comes the fun part. And it is called dependent because its value depends on the changes in the independent variable. So let's understand with the example. In case of independent variable, if we are testing how the sunlight affects the plant growth, the amount of sunlight, it is the independent variable. Correct? Now the dependent variable, like in this example, if you're testing how sunlight affects the plant growth is now the dependent variable because it has the direct relationship with the amount of sunlight. As we have discussed that if we put the plant in a darker place, it is not going to increase a lot because plants need the sunlight. The more sunlight they will consume, the growth of the plant will be much higher. So there is a relationship and it depends on the sunlight. The plant growth, it depends on the sunlight. So here the cause is the amount of sunlight. That's why it is independent. So because of the amount of sunlight, we can increase it, we can decrease it. So the effect is nothing but the plant growth. it can decrease and it can increase based on the independent variable. In this case, it is the amount of sunlight. Got you? Okay. And this whole definitions and examples, it is available in internet, and I have chosen this material from Geeks for Geeks. I will definitely pin up the website in the description below. So, in the next video, we are going to discuss about types of research methods. The methods are many, like quantitative research, qualitative research, conceptual research, empirical research, fundamental research, applied research, analytical research, descriptive research, and many more. And this is very important to know about the basics of research. So, if you are here, like if you are listening this much, congratulations, you have the cheerfulness of be a good researcher, to be a bold researcher, because you want to know something, and our goal is to gain the uppermost knowledge, because we want the research to be continued. So if you like the video, do not forget to subscribe our channel Research World, and you can have your own queries in the comment box. We'll definitely answer to your queries. I hope you will have a great moment ahead. Thank you very much.